made news this week. He said, I will never play for Andy Reid again. He took a dump on the legendary NFL coach, former Super Bowl champion, with his own, coaching tree. Zach, you're a big Eagles guy, big Andy Reid guy, I should say. Any thoughts on that?
Um, I'm like, I haven't gone through this article just yet. I really do want to like figure out why he said this. But like, I mean, yeah, if you don't want to win, then sure, you could be a fucking loser, Le'Veon. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like the dude has been winning so much in his career. Like since yes, the Eagles did not win a Super Bowl under Andy Reid. They did go to 4 NFC championships though, and they made it to 1 Super Bowl. They were constantly in the playoffs. They were always, just in general, the Eagles were a poverty franchise before Andy Reid became the head coach. They were practically they were middle of the road, if anything. They had some years with like Randall Cunningham when he was the quarterback, but like until I was born and Andy Reid became the coach, that's when we started winning. That's when we became relevant, and that's when we became a competitor, like almost year in year out kind of deal. He did like overstay his welcome, I guess you could say, but I don't know. Didn't the dude win a ring with Andy Reid? Didn't he win his ring with Andy Reid?
No,
No,
he didn't.
Le'Veon Bell wasn't in it.
No.
Like Le'Veon Bell.
He was still a Jet. If I'm not mistaken, he was still a Jet. And then, this season, I think they cut. Yeah, this season, the Jets cut Le'Veon Bell. Then he went to the Chiefs. Yeah, because I remember he was playing for the Chiefs against the Jets. And I was expecting him to absolutely go off on the Jets, but he hasn't because, let's face it, I don't think his career really recovered since he held out that entire year in Pittsburgh. So I guess we could say maybe he was a product of that great Steelers offensive line, maybe? Or do we want to go that far?
Yeah, I just think that year off he took completely fucked him up. Like I don't know how you just take a year off from a sport that you were at that professional level and just think, what was he doing? Like producing a rap album or
Yeah,
some
he had
shit?
a rap album.
Like,
You're
how do you go
tree.
from being one of the best running backs in the league?
Yeah, urinating tree,
Yeah,
like
yeah, it was,
shat all over it, if I'm not mistaken.
dude. It was so goofy the way he handled all that, and then he comes back, he goes to the Jets, and it's like, I remember thinking it was a good thing for the Jets, and he didn't seem like a toxic asshole at the
Right.
time, but like it's the Jets, like they just weren't ready for like they weren't the team. Like like adding a running back, it only proved that adding a running back, a solid running back, does not complete your team.
No.
That the running back has become, it's not like dead or anything. Running backs are important. The thing is, it's the Eagles won their Super Bowl with a committee of running backs. Like a committee has become a more common thing in the NFL now, where like you want at least 2 or 3 guys. You need at least 2. You need 2 no matter what. But like the third guy, if you have a third guy, then you have a rotation of running backs, and they all have specialized in something different. That's great. Le'Veon Bell was like, what, didn't he get like, he got so many touches that year, whether it was catches and runs, like it just felt like, and I think he was also run into the ground when he was in Pittsburgh, like, and it just got worse in New York, and he goes to the Chiefs. He really wasn't a non-factor for him.
Yeah, I remember when the Jets got him, I was thinking it was either going to be amazing or a complete dumpster fire, no in between. And for the most part, I was wrong. He was kind of like an in between. Like he wasn't bad, but he wasn't exactly the player like he was hyped up to be. And
Yeah.
management went downhill, and then eventually he's like, "Okay, I'm out of here." I think I remember like one of his videos, like he tried to make it work in New York, but you know what? It just wasn't going to work, especially with Adam Gase as head coach. So.
No, it never works with Adam Gase. I mean, just like the dude was amazing. I just don't know how you take a year off and come back perfectly fine. I mean, I guess Antonio Brown did that, right? So maybe it can be done. Antonio Brown's a freaking nature athlete, though. Not saying Le'Veon Bell isn't,
Oh,
but like
Le'Veon Bell could destroy
I don't
any of
know.
us, but
Yeah, but yeah, well, of course, it's just called the fat unathletic nerds talking sports. Like, I mean, it's pretty easy to do that. But I I I don't know. As a running back, and he was drilled into the ground with Pittsburgh. He had a lot of touches in Pittsburgh, and then he took a year off, and you'd think like he'd be okay, but came back, went to the Jets. I mean, I don't know. It didn't. I was like, I don't. This is not the guy that the Jets need. They needed a, I don't even think Sam Darnold was the problem. I think they just needed everything else and a coach. Like it was insane. Like I think Darnold. We've said in the past, I think Darnold's going to do well in Carolina, but I, they just didn't. It wasn't the running back that was the problem. It was practically everything that was the problem. It was just a compilation of things. So I don't know why. I don't. Back to what we were saying with Andy Reid, though, not wanting to play for Andy Reid ever again.
Reid did respond, but go on.
Oh man, okay. Let me finish that then. He, I don't know. If you don't want to win, dude, then don't play for the Chiefs because it looks like the Chiefs. I think Andy Reid's gonna stick with the Chiefs until like he
Absolutely.
fucking croaks. Because why would you leave that? You have everything there.
He's
But
got
what did
Patrick
Andy?
Mahomes. He's pretty much set.
What did Andy Reid say though? What was his response?
It was basically okay. I'm bringing it. I got it right here on my computer screen. I'll read it to you. Listen, I really enjoyed my time with him here. I appreciated the way he handled things and did his business. He had some productive downs for us. I'm pulling for him in the future. I mean, that's how I roll. People say things, they say things. I move on. I wish him the best. So no,
Yeah,
he
man.
basically was just like, whatever.
He got his ring. He wins. He knows what works. I it's like funny. I feel like I think there's a lot of people who also shit on Andy Reid because of the things that like happened to his son. Uh, which we won't go too far into, but kind of put a dark cloud over the Chiefs for that Super Bowl against the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
He's always given people second chances. He's not like he doesn't seem like an asshole. Like he brought Michael Vick in. I I was so I was like my reaction was like, "Oh my god, like no, we're going to be a lightning rod of controversy." He brought Michael Vick back and hey, Michael Vick those couple of years with the Eagles until he fizzled out, uh, you know, he was great and he had that Miracle at the Meadowlands 2 game. I mean, no Giants fan. I'll never let a Giants fan forget that cuz that
Speaking,
was one of the best moments of my life.
I'm actually in a. I'm actually in my future father-in-law's man cave. He's got like some giant stuff on the wall right now.
Yeah, he should get the one of Deshaun Jackson holding the ball out, running down the fucking sideline. Oh my god, dude, Matt Dodge, I love you.